I hate to say it, but Delta Force is mid. Alright at best. Decent, if you will. But it has such cool weapons and the gameplay is fun and it's still an alpha. How could you say that? Fuck you. Jokes aside, the game is pretty alright. But I think people have been overhyping it because the only games we've been playing in terms of shooter games in the past like 4 fucking years is actual dog shit copy paste slop. I want the game to succeed, but I think it's not a good idea to overstate how good it actually is when it's still an alpha. So what do I think is actually wrong with the game? Well, not much really, but here's a list of all the issues I have so far. The top 4 basic regurgitated shit that everyone knows and complains about, which they should. Pretty surface level shit. Anyone and everyone should recognize these problems. So I won't go too crazy talking about them. The last 2 are issues that somehow nobody has recognized or is talking about at all, despite how glaringly bad fuck despite how glaringly bad these issues are. That being said, let's start with the recoil. So remember back in Battlefield 5 when everyone was bitching and moaning about how the recoil worked in that game? Rightfully so, it wasn't good, but everyone would complain about it. Basic explanation of how it worked, if you don't know, is your bullets would not follow the center of the screen like every single other shooter game out there ever. Delta Force does something similar, if not the exact same, and yet no one is complaining at all. No one gives a shit. I don't know if maybe the right players just haven't noticed, or aren't playing, or maybe there's just too many casuals that have no idea this is a problem, but somehow no one's complaining about it. If that doesn't sound like a problem to you, then I don't know, maybe you're just a casual or whatever. But for those that are familiar, then you'll know that it feels as if you're fighting your gun every time you shoot, which is really fatiguing, and it ruins the feel of the game. And before you say, oh, but it makes the game more realistic, it adds to the realism. Fuck you. I don't care. This isn't a milsim or any type of simulator, so fuck off, I guess. It's an arcade shooter, and it's simple as that. Now for ranked, my issues with ranked, it's pretty simple. Uh, Basically the way ranked works in Delta Force is you play the game normally, except you get ranked points for each match. Yeah, so basically your rank means nothing. The only thing it really measures is how many games you've played. And obviously, if like you have like at least a few brain cells, you can see that this is an issue because ranked modes and ranks are supposed to measure your skill as a player, which does not equal playtime. In my opinion, they should follow Battlefield's competitive scene, as non-existent as that was, where each match or competitive match, however you want to say it, was a smaller version of whatever base map it was in the game, with teams vastly smaller than 32v32, because 32v32 inherently is not competitive and is mostly impossible to make competitive. That's pretty much all my complaints with the game right now. Obviously, it's still an alpha, so it's bound to have these types of issues, but I hope that the game succeeds for sure. It may be a little bit harsh to say the game is mid. I don't think it's anything crazy like people are making it out to be, but I hope it gets better, for sure. I don't want to be stuck playing the same fucking like 2 Battlefields for the next few years, as I've already been doing, so I guess now we'll just talk about fucking the fucking guide section, I guess, whatever. So far, from my testing, the best 3 gun, holy fucking shit. The best 3 guns in the game, at least rifles, are the AUG, the SCAR, and the ASHBR. The AUG has, I think, the highest control any gun can ever get. So like a 96 or 98, something like that. So like it's just super easy to shoot, very little recoil, good damage. The bullets barely deviate from screen center. It's really solid overall. The SCAR is also great overall. It has a little bit higher damage. I think it's less mag size as well, but it's still very controllable. It just has good damage, like I said. And the BSH is not very accurate. It's still pretty accurate if you stack control on it, which you should, but it just does so much fucking damage. Like I'm pretty sure 3 taps to the body and like 2 taps to the head, which is fucking insane. It's got a decent fire rate. Pretty sure it has a good mag size. It's just, it kind of fucks. As for attachments, fucking build control on everything. Okay. Build control on all full auto weapons. I haven't really used anything else. Like I've barely touched snipers. I've never touched fucking DMRs, LMGs, shotguns. I've pretty much only been using rifles. But I can imagine that for any full auto weapon, you just want to stack control because having to fight your mouse, like I said before, fighting the recoil is just so fatiguing and annoying. And having high control mitigates that a little bit. So just stack control on like every gun. Nothing else really matters. Handling is kind of helpful, kind of nice for ADS times and all that. Stability kind of does fucking nothing. It really doesn't fucking matter that much. And accuracy is literally just for hip fire. So don't fucking build accuracy unless you're fucking around with the hip fire build or something. But other than that, don't build accuracy at all. Also, stack risers because it grants the most stat boosts and it offsets the penalty for equipping a sight. Anyways, that's pretty much all I have. I know I didn't have much gameplay of the game, but my performance is ass, so I didn't bother recording anything. I guess my computer just blows dick or something, I don't know. But, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yo, control. I got my dick up in your jaw on my back.